Which of the following graphs is wider than this graph right here? So we're looking at quadratic equations, we're looking at parabolas, and we're looking for one that's wider. Now remember that if it's wider or narrower is determined by the A value. So your H and your K tells you your location of the vertex, and the A value will tell you whether it's wider or narrower. And so therefore we are going to ignore the location of the graph of the vertex, H and K. We are going to assume that the vertex will be 0, 0 for each one of them. And we're going to be using the same concept that we learned when we did absolute value. This is 3 over 5, so we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the one that I'm comparing it to. So 1, 2, 3 rise over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the next one, on letter A, it's up 3 and to the right 2. 1, 2, 3, and over 2. Remember, rise over 1. So therefore, that one is narrower, not wider. For letter B is up 1 and to the right 1, up 1 and to the right 1. There's no coefficient, so automatically, there is no number here, so automatically it's a 1. So up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1. Up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1, and so on. So if you notice, this is going to be also narrower. Up 1 to the right 1, over 1. That one's also going to be narrow. For letter C, remember, if it's positive or negative, at this point we're going to place them all facing up, to the up 2 and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the one that is wider. 2 and 2, 4, 5. So therefore that'll be letter C. Remember that at this point, one of the other things that we learn and that we want to be able to carry to the next sections is that if it's wider, we're looking for a smaller number. So in this case, a number that's smaller than 3/5, 3 over 2 is bigger than 1, so we know it's not smaller than 3/5. 1 is bigger than 3/5. We're looking for a smaller number. 2/5, it is smaller than 3/5, so that's your answer. So if it's wider, we're looking for a smaller number. If you want something that is narrower, we are looking for a bigger number. Bigger A value. Remember, if it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter because we're comparing just whether it's wider or narrower. So we are going to basically take the absolute value or just make them positive.